Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video is a very challenging video. It's filled with everything that you would find in some dramatic movie, but I'm the person who's narrating it, and let's be honest, I'm not the best narrator. However, on a serious note, the allegations made against Jub Jub, one of South Africa's biggest stars, was so damning that I needed to make a video on it, and we're going to try and decipher whether or not there are any truths.
Hey guys, welcome to my new vlog.
In what the alleged victim, amandadupont, said during her Instagram live. Yes guys, we are going down to South Africa, I think for the first time. You know what? I learned a lot about South Africa when I was doing the research for this video. Guys, I asked myself the question, do I love Africa? How can you answer that question? Normally you would say, yeah, of course I love Africa. But do you actually know Africa? How do you know Africa in order to love it? I would actually argue that it's even offensive to say that you love Africa because you don't know Africa. It's just a statement. You're just using the word love like you don't really understand what love is. After I did the research for this video, I was thinking, God, I don't know these countries. I don't know these people. I don't know all these different ethnicities and cultures and their practices and their beliefs. Africa is a lot more diverse than what I even thought it was. Really hit me when I was going through this video, because this video has a lot to do with black magic. There is a lot of the traditional practices of voodoo, or the South African version of it that they call MUTI. MUTI is one of the most powerful things that I've even read about. I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, there are normal people running around the earth wielding this power. This is going to be an intense one. Normally my videos are 10 minutes long, but this one I think I'm going to need 15 minutes for it. So guys, if you got 15 minutes, sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to please follow the Oversight channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent, both safely and securely. Link also in the description. Go very briefly over the antagonists and protagonists of this story, because there are four main characters, and all of these characters are very well known in South Africa. One of them rubs shoulders with Oprah Winfrey herself. First of all, we're going to start with Malemo Katino Marawani. I'm sure I just massacred that pronunciation. We're going to go by his stage name, Jub Jub. Jub Jub is a South African rapper, entertainer. He's a TV presenter. He is well known in South Africa as he was one of the first black South Africans to appear on TV in a Coca-Cola commercial just after the apartheid regime fell. So this guy has been on South African screens for the past 30 years. Everybody knows him. Now, of course, because he is such a big star, he attracted a lot of big named, beautiful women, and also some up-and-coming stars as well in the entertainment industry. Back in 2004, one of those women that he attracted was none other than amandadupont, a beautiful up-and-coming singer, songwriter, actress. She does it all. Jub Jub and amandadupont had a 2-year relationship. It was fractious to say the least, but they kept it to themselves, and after 2 years they split up. Now everybody at the time when these two were together, they thought that this was a match made in heaven. Beautiful couple. Look at them. You know, they are a very beautiful couple together. You can imagine what they were like when they were much younger, because this is way back in 2004 that they were together. However, there were things that happened between the years of 2004 to 2016 which were going to blow up, especially in the face of Jub Jub. You see, Jub Jub had a penchant for a particular type of women. You know, virgins. He was attracted to them. This was a problem, of course, when he was in relationships with women, because whenever a woman came by that had not lost her virginity, this man would go crazy. He would target her like a torpedo. So this guy was a heat-seeking missile when it came to women who had not performed the act. So a couple of years after the relationship ended with amandadupont, Jub Jub started another relationship with another woman by the name of KHUMALO. KHUMALO was another up-and-coming entertainer, singer. And do you know what these women are like when they are up-and-comers in the industry? I don't even like to say this, but a lot of them like to latch on to a big name, a big star in the industry. And this isn't an accident. Sometimes it's the actual agents that put them together in the first place. So KHUMALO had a child with Jub Jub, a boy. He is beautiful, but because of the relationship, because it was so fractious, they ended up going their separate ways back in 2012. It was at around this time that Jub Jub was arrested and was prosecuted for dangerous driving. Jub Jub was involved in a heinous accident, an accident which involved the transition of no fewer than 4 children. Jub Jub and a friend of his were racing around the street. Jub Jub was handed a 25-year sentence for what happened in that accident, but ended up only serving less than 4 years. A lot of people were talking to me about the legal system in America being a joke, but the legal system in South Africa, if you've got money, it's non-existent. They ended up in this huge accident, which is just, for me, one of the most horrible things to happen. I cannot, KHUMALO still stood by his side when he went to court. You could see that deep down inside, things were happening behind the scenes which the public weren't aware of. Regardless, KHUMALO had gotten what she needed out of Jub Jub. I don't want to sound nasty, but she had now risen to prominence in the entertainment industry. Everybody knew her. She had a name. She had established herself. So it didn't really matter. She didn't really need to be with Jub Jub. Fast forward, 2016, and KHUMALO starts to align herself with an organization in South Africa that helps to combat domestic violence against women. She came out and publicly claimed that she had a lot of experience with domestic violence, but she didn't mention any names. Now, even though she didn't mention any names, everybody knew who she was talking about. So everybody already had an inkling that this little boy that they all knew from the Coca-Cola commercial back in the early 90s, that he had turned into this bad boy rapper, and they all knew that he cannot be a good person to be with in a relationship. Yeah, he has money, yeah, he has fame, but does he have a good heart? Is this man a honest man? Does he have integrity? Does he have decency? Probably not. So we're going to fast forward once again to the end of November. Only 6 weeks ago by the time this video is being published, and Jub Jub appears on the podcast called Podcast and Chill with Mac G. Now this is one of the big podcasts in South Africa. Everybody watches this. Anybody who is everybody watches the Podcast and Chill podcast with Mac G. Jub Jub appeared on this podcast to let it all out, to try and support the accusations that he had not been there as a father to his child that he had had with KHUMALO. This interview was going swimmingly until this happened.
Which ladies were you smashing there? Was it amandadupont?
She was one of them.
Nah.
Ooh, you were smashing that?
Yeah, before you went to jail. Oh, how was that relationship like?
I mean, it was good. I was dating Amanda. She was still an after. Yeah. Relationship went on for about 3 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time, bro. That's a long time.
And then we stayed together in the south.
You stayed together? Damn, this was serious, bro.
Yeah, so
I thought it was a hit and run.
Nah, fucking sense. I thought so too, up until Asia. Moved in together. She moved up to where she was staying. Stayed together, and then Esan. There was just so many temptations. But me being with Amanda, it was never about mina umfebe. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mina ngunomuntu oguthi when I was with Amanda, this person mina ngivele ngabona nje ichichi.
Yeah.
Ichichi mina mangibona ichichi hayi ngithi ne hayi bathi ichichi ambona ukuthi hayi no fit what ngithi ngizoklama ngidlule.
Let's operate.
Yeah, let's operate. Just like any other gent. You understand what I'm saying? It's supposed to be that, yabo? And at that time, this person, dog, she knew a lot of journalists. She knew a lot of, like, she was, you know, everywhere. Before I knew it, there's a picture of me and her in the newspaper. Amanda saw it. When I got home, Amanda moved out. Damn. I think the biggest, I never saw it coming, but I saw myself spending a lot of time with Okeli, but I did not know what she'd done for that to happen. Yeah, I was almost like sharing a cake.
Wait,
So
what she had done?
So you broke up with Amanda because of Kelly?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was just so unfortunate, you know? And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he opened up about his relationship with Amandadupont, and he was kind of brash about it. He used some pretty disparaging language to describe his relationship with Amandadupont. But hey, he's a rapper, you know. They all do this, don't they? You know what I mean? They've got to sort of sound like they are hard. They can't go on. He can't go on and start saying, oh, yeah, I was in love with her and, you know, she didn't really feel the same way I felt. You know, this is Jub Jub we're talking about here. This is a South African hard rapper. Forget about the hard rappers in America. They don't make them anywhere harder as they make them in South Africa. So I can forgive him for talking this way. But there were other people that didn't like the way he spoke about Amandadupont. You got to remember, Amandadupont is a big star now. Everybody knows her. She's a household name. And so she has many fans. A lot of her fans didn't like the way he was speaking about Amandadupont. But one person who didn't like the way he was speaking about Amandadupont was Amandadupont herself. And she reacted in this Instagram post.
So I'd like to address things that were said about me by Mulema Marahanye, Jub Jub on MacG's show as well as MacG. It was saying that he smashed me. First of all, Mulema I was for 2 years solidly. So please don't make it sound like it was a relationship. I was absolutely afraid to leave. Afraid of the power that your mother had in being around you at the time. I was aware of the stifling and sifting of money your mother was doing with Oprah. So, and also what you guys did in terms of MUTI and medicine, which you made me believe my life would be a danger if I spoke up. So, no, you didn't smash me. You forcefully opened my legs and forced yourself on me numerous times for 2 years and made me believe I had no way out. In that time, I had an abortion, of course, because there was absolutely no way I would have a child that was forcefully given to me. And the most painful part about all of this is that I was a virgin. And I told him at the time, I had told Jub Jub that I was a virgin and I planned to be a virgin until the day I got married. And the first time I was afraid, so afraid. And I'm telling this story because God allows certain things to happen. Your journey or the burdens that you face or the things that you go through, they happen for a reason, guys. And I genuinely believe this burst or this thing that's happened is for me to empower other women, to let them know to, one, never accept emotional abuse and the way that I did for 2 years straight. And also, if it has happened to you, turn your life into something really, really strong and powerful, which I have done. And I've really tried to mind my own business. But what I will not stand for is for you to degrade my name. You should actually be spending your time apologizing for the children that killed because you were high. Instead, you are trying to bring my name that I've worked so hard to build the success that I have, okay?
Wow, what a revelation. So Amandadupont alleges that Jub Jub had her during their relationship. She did not want to give up her purity until she was married. I think that every woman on this planet has that choice, right? But when you have that choice taken away from you by somebody that was not allowed to do it, that you did not give permission to, clearly that is. Now guys, even here in the West, we know how difficult it is to prove that charge, especially if you are in a relationship with that man. I mean, unless you have video or audio evidence, how can you truly prove that you said no? But amandadupont now has clout, and when she came out with that Instagram message, boy oh boy oh boy, all of Jub Jub sponsors started walking away from him. He lost his television job and things were looking bad for him. He had a flourishing career until amandadupont railroaded him with those statements. Her statements started a domino effect and other women started coming forward. A woman by the name of KHUMALO came forward. Somebody that knew Jub Jub very, very well. And she said that she also was by Jub Jub. Now this was a bit of a revelation because KHUMALO is Jub Jub's first cousin. Like his cousin. I mean, guys, you know, if you're watching in South Africa, that may be normal where you guys are, fair enough, you know. In England, it's not illegal to do something like this. It's frowned upon, but legal. Clearly, where there's smoke, there is fire. And although they are only allegations, they were still destroying Jub Jub's career, his livelihood, his name that he had built up over decades. And so although he had not gone to court about this, the court of public opinion was already starting to destroy Jub Jub. So what do you do when you're in this situation, being cornered by your alleged victims? What do you do when you're a gangster, rapper, bad boy in South Africa and you need help? Do you turn to your homies? No. He turned to his mother. Yes, his mummy. Now, this may sound weird at first, but his mother had even more clout than what he did. His mother was a woman that right after the apartheid regime fell, she was there to try and pick up the pieces. She built her own foster home and she started bringing in children from all over Africa. Oprah Winfrey herself heard about this, learnt about this, travelled to South Africa, met her and started to support her as well. So she had some financial backing as well, which was brilliant. Jub Jub's mother, Jackie Marawani, also known as Nanny Jackie, had a lot of clout, she had a lot of financial backing and people knew her. So she was able to come out and say something. So she obviously came out in support of her son and started the fight against his alleged victims. She gathered her lawyers together and started sending cease, desists, and also tried to get all those posts, those videos taken down. Of course, both amandadupont and KHUMALO were both making these allegations. However, the lawyers were only going after amandadupont. Nana Jackie also made a public statement about the allegations made by KHUMALO. And this is when the trio, KHUMALO, amandadupont and kellykhumalo all came together to support one another against Nana Jackie. Now, a lot of you guys were thinking, well, this Nanny Jackie, what's she gonna do? Okay, yeah, she's got a bit of money, but they've got money too. They're millionaires, okay? They're all millionaires. So what are you going to do? You're not going to do anything that we can't do back at you, okay? And if you want to take this to court, go ahead. We've got 3 of us now at this present moment who are all making this allegation. We can't all be wrong. But Nana Jackie had something. She had something that a lot of these women were afraid of. MUTI, the South African version of voodoo or voodoo. A lot of people attributed her success to her prowess in MUTI. She is an experienced practitioner and everybody knew this and people feared it. And this is what I was meaning at the beginning of the video. Okay, do we know South Africa? Do we know these cultures? People are genuinely afraid of those people who have a name when it comes to spiritualism in MUTI. If you have that name, you wield power because people will do your bidding. So because Nana Jackie had stepped in, people had made the assumption that amandadupont and kellykhumalo and KHUMALO would all fall, retract their statements and say, hey, we're not messing with Nana Jackie. That kellykhumalo was also quite experienced with the same practice. And these two people knew each other. So we want to know how it affected this particular case. There are some other things that we do need to speak about to bring us completely up to date to where we are today. There has been so much change that has happened in the last 3 weeks alone since I wrote the script that I wanted to make sure I bring you guys up to date completely with this story. It's a crazy one. I really do want to see if we can find out whether amandadupont, kellykhumalo and MASECHABA are speaking the truth or whether they are just trying to take advantage of Jub Jub. So guys, like I said, very complicated and something we need to take really deep care in when we go into the next story. Until the next time, please think twice to our bit.